Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. Thanks for joining us today. And we're going to talk today about Civil War coins and etc. etc. Civil War commemoratives. Remember, you can always look for items if they're in the videos for sale. They'll be in the video show notes. You click on the video and title and description and it pops down. As always, like, share, comment, review, all that good stuff. Today's a real special kind of for fun episode. I'm not going to really talk about values too much on these, as much as I am going to talk about just the fun of collecting and what really people can get into when you look at the Civil War era items. And I'm looking here at a $50 with General George McClellan and General Robert E. Lee on it, known as the Antietam. This is an older PCGS holder. One of the more popular coins today, this particular coin, is very, very popular with collectors, and it's interesting because at the time, this coin and the Gettysburg, which we're going to look at in a minute, were both less than popular because being produced in the 30s, the later 30s, they actually had a harder time selling some of this type of commemorative stuff. They kind of used up all their goodwill, I think, in the 20s. We joke about them overproducing stuff today. So one of the fun things, of course, about coin collecting is that you can take beautiful coins like this and then you can expand them into another concept, or reverse order, maybe you actually already collect Civil War stuff and you didn't realize that you can collect these $50. So you're looking at pretty expensive coins for both the Antietam and the Gettysburg. I mean, typically these coins, several $100s on up to high grade coins, several $1,000s, but anywhere in between. By the way, this design here with the blue and gray is actually not real people on the obverse. These are two individuals that were actually used. Two different models were used by the original sculptor for this piece. Blue and gray reunion. Really just one of my favorite overall design concepts, with the very much so domed out center, the word Liberty put onto that bottom rim. It's a very modernistic look, actually. You'll see more modern coins than they have the United States of America kind of on a raised rim area. That's not the type of thing you will typically see on older coins. And they did that design on both sides. And then you have areas where it almost kind of overlaps. 75th anniversary, 1938, Battle of Gettysburg. 1936 dated piece, 1938 here, 1863 to 1938. Coin production is the year that's on the coin. And just a real pretty piece overall. This actually is one of the nicest Gettysburgs that I've ever seen in an older holder. But what I was getting at previously is there's lots of areas you can collect when it comes to Civil War related items. There are actually a few other Civil War related $50 that people may forget about. How about the Stone Mountain, which has Robert Lee and Stonewall Jackson on it? Less expensive coin. Oftentimes these are going to be, $50 to $300 range. More prolific coin. Cool design also, actually, with the I actually like on this the way that the field is very rippled and then it has the stars kind of in the background. It's a very, very unique look to that coin overall. And you can't forget about the Grant, right? I mean, here's the Grant. And if you want a little bit of some extra collectibles here, if you want to go modern era, of course, there was the Civil War series that came out in '95. But the fun part to me, of course, is once you've already been into the coins and maybe you want to go a different route, you can start looking into getting just old envelopes and papers from the Civil War era. People really enjoyed collecting this type of stuff. You may want to put together just like a little display, a curio, if you will. People also collect carte de vistas or CDVs, which will be, you know, these old cards from the Civil War era. So this one is interesting with the peace commissioners on it. And we've got Lincoln along with some generals on that piece. And this one, salesmen and statesmen and generals of the American Civil War. CDV, if you search for things with CDV on it, carte de vista, that's where you'll find all of this type of stuff. Pretty fascinating. Just looking through, there's Stanton. If you're a paper money collector, you recognize him. Burnside, what a name. Like, does the face match the name or what? Anyways, beyond that though, I mean, guys really start to get into some cool other stuff here, because you can go from your Civil War coins and paper and carte de vistas. Some people collect old tin types and glass types and daguerreotypes, lots of different printing areas. You know, you can get famous people. A lot of these people, you may have somebody like this in your family with some old tin types. You know, this one here, anytime you can get something with this one, actually has him holding a gun. That's the type of thing collectors really jump at. And of course, you can also collect things like old muskets and, you know, Civil War shell cases, and you know, that's very popular. But because you're watching the Coin Geek, sometimes we get a little bit extra. So maybe instead you want to collect half of a cannonball shell. This is, I'm going to zoom out here for you to see. That's where the fuse would have been on this bad boy. And just pretty wild the way they were designed with the breaks in them here so that they would shatter. And these I've had before. Sometimes you'll see a whole ball, and but something that I had never seen before until more recently is this 10-pound artillery shell. He takes up a lot more room than I thought, because he looks like he's about 8 inches, but maybe a little bit bigger than that. But he's huge. Pretty cool piece. Pretty cool piece indeed. And so when it comes to collecting Civil War era stuff, you can put together a really cool display of coins and tokens, medals. We didn't even talk about collecting any normal US coins or Civil War tokens. There's so many different ways to collect an era and just kind of put together something that's kind of special looking, kind of just your own little series of commemoratives, almost your own museum. So if you guys collect Civil War related items, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have anything else that you would add to the list, especially coin-wise. Did I miss any coins with Civil War stuff on it? Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.